But Slater produces another piece of magic that only he can. Taking off on this one on the inside, smashing it to bits. His reward, the first perfect 10 of the 2005 Billabong Pro.
Speed, just kind of didn't want it, I guess, and it looked like a good one to me.
South Africa, home to the world-class ride called Super Tubes. Defending champion Andy Irons takes on Australia's Darren O'Rafferty and local wildcard Sean Payne. And the triple world champion makes a solid start to his title defense, comfortably advancing straight into round 3. Andy's great rival and current world #1, Kelly Slater, also starts strongly. The Jeffreys Bay champion in 1996 and 2003 is at his devastating best out at Super Tubes. Kelly with his game plan already sorted as he marches past Bruce Irons and local wildcard Damien Farrenford.
Generally, you get away with a lip on it. You want to hit the lip, and out here, you want to get away from the lip. You want to get out in the face and get those S turns, because most guys are kind of getting stuck in the pocket. And, you know, don't tell anyone, but that's a little secret. Get out in the face a little bit and do your thing, you know?
Shut, mate.
Damian Hopgood safely advances, and so does fellow Floridian Corey Lopez. The world #6 happy to get past dangerous local wildcard Sean Holmes.
You know, I've always stayed with Andy here, and Sean's always been Andy's, arch nemesis, and, I was a little stressed out about having him.
But news is better for fellow Brazilian Rayoni Monteiro. He catches fire in his heat against Darren O'Rafferty, posting the highest single wave score of the event so far, a 9.83.
Yeah, it was good for me. So I got a battle and I come out. I just wait for the good turns, for the right spots to do the maneuvers, and yeah, they gave me 9.8. So not much to explain, just stoked.
Champion way back in 1984, Mark Akalupo shows he's lost none of his expertise out at J-Bay as he beats Hawaii's Kalani Robb. As the swell really starts to rise, so does the standard of surfing. Kelly Slater takes on local wildcard Damien Farrenford, who upset CJ Hopgood in round 2. And Slater shows no mercy to the 18-year-old, the current world #1, looking right at home out at Super Tubes. Andy Irons keeps pace with his greatest rival after he gets a pretty straightforward win over injured Brazilian Bernardo Pigmu. But it won't be that easy in the next round, with both of his possible opponents seriously ripping it up. In what could be his final Billabong Pro as a member of the Foster's Men's Tour, J-Bay master Mark Akalupo is in the zone. But Andy's younger brother Bruce spoils the fairy tale. He posts 2 9+ rides and 2 scores over 8, taking out the heat of the event so far.
Thanks, buddy.
Good, buddy. It's all right, it was a good heat.
Thanks, buddy. That was a good heat.
Whole time heat.
Yeah, we had a good heat. It sucks we're staying together, so one of us losing, it sucks, but that's the way the contest goes.
And round 1 standout Joel Parkinson shows he's happy to be back at Jeffreys Bay. He accounts for fellow Aussie Toby Martin. Joel into the 4th round for the 6th straight time.
It's definitely a chance to gain some points and gain some ground on the guys up there. As you said, everyone's out but #1, so we need to get him out.
It's crunch time for Joel Parkinson. He's reached the 4th round at every event this year, but lost each time. Joel comes out against good mate Dean Morrison with all guns blazing. And with Dingo not getting any good waves, Parko finally ends his run of 9th place finishes.
Yeah, Monkey's gone, I'm glad. It's had to happen from now on out. To me, that was the most pressure I was going to feel, and I'm going to feel, I thought.
Facing Kelly Slater in a clash of former 2-time J-Bay champions, Jake Patterson throws down an impressive early challenge. But Kelly answers Patterson's opening attack with interest. The 6-time world champion pulls into barrel after barrel as he tears down the face of another Super Tube special, opening his account with a 9.80. And when he backs that up on the very next ride with a 9.5, it's curtains for Jake. Kelly in ominous form as he heads for the Billabong Pro quarterfinals.
The best part was that the barrel at the end there. I pulled in and I thought I was going to fall, and then it just opened up and let me come through. I really thought it was gone. I just thought, no, I'm not going to fall until it makes me fall off, until it knocks me down. And right when I thought that, I just stayed there and just let me stick it and come out the end.
The next heat sees Andy and Bruce Irons clashing for the 3rd time this year. With 1 win apiece, both struggle to post anything solid early. Andy leads for most of the heat, but Bruce stays within striking distance. But Big Brother knows best on this occasion. Andy doing enough to keep his hopes of winning 2 straight J-Bay crowns on track.
That's all. It sucks, It's too bad it's not in the quarters or in the semis, because then it's a bit better of a result. But it's just the way it is, the way the seeding goes. It's not like they on purposely put us there.
We're down to the final 8, and with Jeffreys Bay turning on a perfect final day swell, the stage is set for an epic finish. The second quarter brings together another rookie sensation in Aussie B. Durbridge, and a man who needs no introduction, Kelly Slater. With all his title rivals except Irons already eliminated, Kelly knows he has a golden opportunity to extend his ratings lead. He comes out smoking, opening with a 9.50. The 22-year-old from Queensland's North Stradbroke Island comes right back with an 8.33, meaning he's still right in the hunt. But Slater produces another piece of magic that only he can. Taking off on this one on the inside, smashing it to bits, his reward, the first perfect 10 of the 2005 Billabong Pro.
Bead just kind of didn't want it, I guess, and it looked like a good one to me. Only about 2-3 minutes left, and I just took off, got a couple of turns right up, kind of more vertical than I was going under my other waves. Really bowled up, and then off my second one, I had to come down off the foam ball coming out of the barrel, and then I kind of set up the barrel, got the barrel, and then got a nice turn at the end, just kind of threw the tail out before the closeout.
Next in the water, defending champ Andy Irons and Rayoni Montero. With Kelly into the semis, Andy must keep pace, so he wastes no time in gaining the ascendancy. He locks in 2 solid scores before the Brazilian even knows what's hitting. Rayoni has been on fire all event, but he can't get anything going this time. So he goes out gracefully, giving Goofy a go, as the defending champ moves 1 step closer to making it consecutive Billabong Pro victories.
I haven't found a barrel yet. Every heat I've gotten in, I haven't quite found the barrels the way Kelly and Joel and all these guys have. So hopefully, I don't know, the barrels start coming my way.
And it's the Irons boys who sweep the prize pool. Bruce wins $2,000 for best aerial, while Big Brother Andy takes home $1,000 for best overall wave.
Cheers.
We're down to the final four, and it's an all-American matchup in semifinal 1 with Kelly Slater up against Tim Reyes. The Californian has finally found his feet on tour, but taking on Kelly is a completely different matter. The world #1 is the first one to post a good score as he tears down the line, ripping the bag out of this giant right-hander. Reyes hits back with a pretty solid score, and he's still got a chance of pulling the upset. But that opportunity is quickly snatched away as Kelly answers with an 8.83, the world #1 into his third final of the year. Reyes bowing out gracefully, delighted with his first trip into the WCT big time.
I'm stoked that I broke out of a bad curse or something, I don't know. I hope since Kelly beat me, I hope he wins the contest.
With Kelly into the final, Andy is one heat away from making the dream matchup a reality. But in his way is local hero Greg Emsley. There's no doubt who the locals are cheering for in this one, as Greg Emsley paddles out as the serious underdog. And when the fan favorite takes the lead 5 minutes into the heat, his support crew goes crazy. Looking to become only the second surfer to score back-to-back wins at J-Bay, Andy answers with a keeper of his own, as the rising swell proves a real test for both competitors. Emsley hits the front again after a couple of low scores, but Andy only needs a 3.67 to regain the lead. When he produces this ride with only 6 minutes remaining, he has that more than covered. Emsley is still a chance, but a couple of falls and any slim hose. Andy into the final for the second straight year, where he'll go head-to-head with his greatest rival, while Emsley is thrilled with his own performance.
It was a heavy heat, but I was relaxed and I wasn't really sort of scared of him. I knew if I could have done it, and very stoked, solid result, and it's definitely the kickstart I needed for the rest of the year on tour.
After an event of epic waves and incredible surfing, it's fitting that the final of the Billabong Pro brings together the two highest credentialed competitors on tour. With 9 world titles between them, Andy Irons and Kelly Slater are undoubtedly the biggest names in surfing. Their fierce rivalry was ignited when Slater returned to Foster's Men's Tour competition in 2002 after a 3-year hiatus. And it culminated in 2003 when the two engaged in the greatest head-to-head battle for the World Championship the sport has ever seen. Kelly won events in Tahiti, J-Bay, Mundaka, and Brazil, while Andy was the man at Bells, Fiji, Japan, and France. Fittingly, the title race came down to the final heat at the final event, where Andy claimed the crown after winning the Pipeline Masters.
Kelly, I'm sure, wants some sweet revenge, and he's been surfing great this whole event, and he's really been the guy to beat, and been posting the highest score, so hopefully he doesn't do that in the final, and I can just get some good waves and pull it off.
The Billabong Pro Decider is the first time since then the two have met, and their first ever man-on-man final together.
We've been toying with the idea for years, haven't we? But we'll see what happens here. Andy has yet to really hit his stride and have a great heat in this contest.
With Kelly leading this year and Andy looking for a 4th world title, it's easy to see why the matchup has the surfing world frothing.
Yeah, we've all been waiting for this. Kelly and Andy have never met in a man-on-man final. We got really good J-Bay for the final day of the event. waves in the 6-foot range, a couple of 8-foot sets. I mean, you couldn't really ask for much more. I mean, this is going to be an epic final. The two premier surfers in the world at probably the best right-hand point break in the world.
There's so many people here to watch, and it's like everyone's just hanging on the beach. And I know that the crowd is really rooting for Greg, him being a local boy and stuff, but I think deep down inside everyone wanted to see this happen in the final.
As the two paddle out into the massive Super Tube swell, the fans in the stands are going crazy. It doesn't take long for the first solid set to appear, and it's Irons who paddles into action. The defending Billabong Pro champion tearing the wave apart as he takes the early lead. In contrast, Kelly can't find anything early. A couple of mediocre waves, all he can manage. The current world #1 finally roars into action 15 minutes in, posting a 7.33. But Andy is back in front when he answers with another mid-range effort. And when the 3-time defending world champ finds this ride with 3 and a bit minutes remaining, Irons has a stranglehold on the final. He rides off into the distance, and with no hope of paddling back into the lineup. Andy leaves the water with an extremely solid combined total under his belt. That leaves Kelly needing a 9.23 to score the win. And in a storybook ending to the event, he paddles into this monster with 30 seconds remaining. As a helpless Andy watches anxiously from the beach, the verdict from the judges is announced.
It's a 9.5.
Kelly sealing his 3rd win of the year in grand style. The 6-time world champ adding another chapter to his already unsurpassed list of accomplishments.
I'm taking off and I'm hearing everyone scream. I knew it's the way. I knew it was the one wave. I knew it wasn't going to be the one behind it, and had the right time, had the right look to it, and the waves a blur, to be perfectly honest with you. To get one against Andy is a real feat, because he's just been so on for so long now, for so many years now, and it's real rare that somebody does that against Andy, gets that, and to this point I've never had a year like this. It's 3 of 6, and had everything that's happened this year. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what I've done right, but everything's happening in a really special way right now, and I'm just going to enjoy it while it lasts, It
hurts. I mean, I was on the beach and I was doing the countdown myself, and I was like, oh my God, there comes a wave. And it's one thing to, get blown away in the final, but to have it so close and have it slip through your fingers, it's a pretty sour feeling. But he's won 6 world titles, and he hasn't done that by a fluke. He's a really good competitor, and he's the best competitor right now. He's the guy to beat. It's his 3rd win. He's gonna be really hard to catch now.
So Kelly Slater becomes the first ever 3-time Billabong Pro J-Bay champion, while Andy Irons comes up just short of winning back-to-back titles.